Probably right here.
Maybe.
Time to go. A normal day in one of the most popular fast food chains is about a violent and scary twist. Initially, police were called to CVS due to a disturbance caused by a group of children.
Go. Who you touching, bro? I'm touching you. You're not going back in. Time to go.
The children had moved to McDonald's by the time the police arrived. The management staff said the juveniles were not welcome inside McDonald's due to prior fighting. The manager also asked the group to leave if they had not ordered.
From the manager, if you just walked in, time to leave, or you're gonna be subject to trespass and will be arrested.
Police repeatedly directed the children to leave, giving multiple warnings. 8 children were eventually arrested, with one being pushed to the ground during the arrest. A woman in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, appears to be caught in a downward spiral of drug abuse, leading to increasingly disturbing behavior.
Miss.
Police responded to a report of a woman who suddenly took off her clothes and ran down the street. When the police approached her, she ran away. This is a sign of out-of-control behavior. Even more alarming is this person's conviction history for intentional abuse of a dangerous substance.
Yeah, I can see it, yeah.
So,
okay.
I don't know where she hit it. She hit it in here somewhere the first time. Maybe.
Probably right here.
Maybe.
The witness also reported that the woman had punched a parked car several times without apparent provocation. There was evidence of the woman's previous behavior reported by the witness.
No, I'm not stealing!
Stop that.
Oh!
When the police approached her and tried to speak to her, she appeared to get out of control, and one of the police officers was kicked by the woman. This forced the police to take decisive action and arrest the woman. An agitated moment has been captured on bodycam video as police officers in Cambridge, UK, chase a man armed with a knife.
You gotta run it. It's got a knife. Church Street's got a knife.
Body camera footage takes us to the streets of Cambridge on the 30th of June 2023. A dramatic pursuit is underway. 2 neighbourhood support officers are chasing a man with a knife.
No! I'm going back! Right, you're detained for 23 search. You're not being fair. Get the other stuff.
The man was suspected of being involved in drug offences and carrying a potentially dangerous bladed weapon, making the atmosphere increasingly tense. Officers cautiously fired warning shots, and the man was eventually arrested. He was released on bail with the condition not to enter Cambridge. At 11:25 AM on Sunday, a house on the 2nd floor of Sydney Street caught fire. A child and a woman were in danger, making for tense seconds.
Radio put a brush on fire. Kids are jumping out the window here. Let him go, let him go. Let him go.
Against the backdrop of the raging fire, we see a child trying to be rescued over the 2nd floor overhang. As the situation becomes more precarious, he is carried to a shelter and saved by people waiting below.
Up this way. Go! Out!
Concern began to spread, and some people appeared to panic as police entered the burning house. As the thick smoke began to obscure the view, the situation became more difficult. The police thought quickly and told people who wanted to help to get out, realizing that such actions could be dangerous.
Hey! Come here, watch.
One woman in the house acted recklessly. In a moment of desperation, she jumped to safety from the 2nd floor overhang. When Buffalo police arrived on the scene, they caught her, allowing firefighters to concentrate on extinguishing the blaze. Chief Turk and Sergeant Moran came across a surprise this chilly afternoon in November. Picture this: 2 guys loitering around some sketchy vehicles in the 600 block of 59th Avenue. One of them had no plates, a missing tire, and was completely neglecting basic safety measures. Just being careful, the cops went over to check on 2 guys, one of them being Lawrence Allred, a 47-year-old going by J. Red. As they chatted, his real name slipped out.
The car looks a little odd. That's why we're here checking on you.
Okay.
With the
back window missing and all that, so we're just checking it out to make sure everything's okay.
In the middle of the talk, J. Red decided it was time for a sprint session, ran across fields, jumped fences, splashed through a creek, conquered embankments, and trespassed onto someone else's property.
No way! You're under arrest!
So, the cops were on the chase after the escape artist, running through fields and obstacles until they arrested Allred. He thought he could pull off Grand Theft Auto, but his luck fizzled out when the vehicle wouldn't start. They quickly arrested him, and the unexpected tale wrapped up just like that.
Dude, I'm too old for this stuff.
On the evening of September 7th, 2021, Officer Sutton swiftly responded to a call reporting suspicious activity. Upon arrival, he encountered the distressed caller, who revealed a terrifying situation she had been in. She was being trailed by an acquaintance named Ramesh. Despite her explicit requests to cease contact, she disclosed that the suspect persisted in approaching her.
All right, so
Yes.
you're saying you want to press charges.
Yes.
So, what I'm going to need from you is if I give you a piece of...
Earlier that day, she told Officer Sutton that the suspect had phoned her and confessed that he was stalking her throughout the day using a GPS device he attached to her car.
To see where she was. That's all I did. I didn't do anything else. I never had any criminal history.
Okay.
Like that. I just wanted to see where she was, and
Regretful of his actions and the potential consequences, he wanted to remove the tracker and proposed a meeting at a nearby gas station. Fearing for her safety, she called 911.
The rear driver's side wheel, and it's gonna be on the metal, like undercarriage, like on the bottom of the car, but close to the wheel.
As Officer Sutton diligently combed through the vehicle in search of the tracker, Officer Nguyen swiftly located the suspect at the gas station. Once the GPS tracker was successfully located, the suspect was apprehended and charged with unlawful surveillance and stalking. Two Homestead men, Carlos Gomez Lopez, 21, and Diego Juan, 44, found themselves in custody after being apprehended by State Fish and Wildlife Police for possessing 19 spiny lobsters out of season.
See if the...
You have license, yes? Do what? You don't have a license? Do you have an ID?
Alongside the lobsters, the men also possessed an undersized schoolmaster snapperfish and a Goliath grouper, which requires a special permit for lawful harvesting. Out of the 19 lobsters, 15 were not only out of season, but also undersized. However, there was a positive turn for the Goliath grouper. Officers managed to revive it and release it back into the water.
No, como las 12:30, como una hora, sí, como 1 hour. So an hour. Pero de estar metido allí se come no.
They were booked on 18 misdemeanor conservation violations and released the following day, awaiting a court appearance. The men were apprehended along with a teenage boy while catching the lobsters in the Venetian Shores neighborhood in Islamorada. Observing the trio, officers witnessed them passing the catch to the boy on the seawall. In North Jersey, a house explosion rocked the community while 6 firefighters were inside. Police body camera footage, recently obtained by NorthJersey.com, offered a vivid account of the blast. The video showed a massive fireball erupting from the rear of the house. Initially, smoke emanated from the dwelling with no visible flames. Just before the explosion, a firefighter was spotted on the back porch. The force of the blast propelled the roof upward, prompting the officers to scramble away. Remarkably, no lives were lost in the chaotic event, a fact that officials regarded as nothing short of a blessing. All 6 firefighters managed to escape, albeit with compromised stairs. They helped one another, emerging one by one through the back door, escaping what could have been a devastating outcome. In a bid to prove his sobriety to a skeptical police officer, a suspected drunk driver, Tanner Watson, showcased an unexpected talent during his field sobriety test.
Okay, all right, just...
Throughout the time,
The 27-year-old was pulled over for speeding. Despite admitting to just a few beers, the officer harbored doubts about Watson's claimed level of intoxication. After instructing Watson to walk a straight line, The driver opted to exhibit his gymnastic skills. He executed a flawless standing backflip with effortless grace, landing on his feet.
I'm gonna picture a straight line. Sure thing, man.
Do that, you know.
That's good, man.
However, Watson's acrobatics didn't divert the officer's focus from the primary concern. Insisting on conducting the sobriety test, a visibly frustrated Watson engaged in a heated exchange with the officer about what constituted a straight line. Eventually, the officer decided to handcuff him.
I gotta be like over here, like, this is my own line, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm asking you, what do you want me to do as a straight line? Like, can you give me...
As Watson was being placed in the back of a patrol car, he questioned the officer if there was any concrete proof of his intoxication. The officer retorted that Watson's inability to define a straight line was evidence enough. A very moving and tense moment unfolds here as a man is electrocuted in his private swimming pool. Police officers perform dramatic stunts to save the man's life.
Now move. Those men were working nearby when they came across the man unconscious in his pool.
HQ India 336, I'm starting CPR.
When the incident happened, the atmosphere in the pool was one of fear and panic. The man had received a fatal electric shock and his life was in grave danger. The police officers present sprang into action.
Alright, CPR for 2 minutes. You gonna start? Yep.
They immediately saved the man's life and started CPR.
Is he breathing? Yeah, he's breathing on his own. We're back at 3 to 4. Alright, good. I did what I could, Cap. Yeah.
The man was taken to a new...
In the midst of overwhelming tension, the police officers meticulously followed the CPR procedure, and fortunately, the rescue attempt paid off. The man began to show signs of breathing. The man was immediately taken to a nearby hospital, where he was lucky enough to survive the incident. A man has tried to sneak into Area 51 without permission, creating an agitated situation. We'll dive into the dramatic details as the security deals with this man.
Sorry that we're seeing each other again like this.
Yeah, I'm sorry to waste everyone's time.
Well, let me tell you something, okay? You've trespassed on the test site here.
When this man was first spotted by Area 51 security, the situation was very unusual. The man was detained and questioned by security officers known as camo dudes for trespassing in a restricted area. The officers also inspected the man's vehicle.
I want you to understand the terminology.
Okay.
So your fine amount is $640. Sorry to shine that in your eyes, brother. I'm sorry.
Following the incident, the man was inquired about the bail amount. He received an explanation about bail and the court process. Eventually, he will face prosecution for his unauthorized entry into Area 51. On January 2nd, 2023, Arizona State Troopers got a call to swoop in and save the day at Tonto Creek. The deal: rescue a driver who thought it was a good idea to ignore road barricades and ended up stuck in crazy fast floodwaters. Our Ranger 1 crew jumped into action pronto when the call came in. The chopper hovers low over the flooded truck, and this trooper paramedic dude skillfully hops onto the truck bed. Like a pro, the trooper guides the stranded driver to crawl through the back window, kitting them out with a floaty thing and extra safety gear for the rescue. After a short break, Ranger 1 comes back, pulling off a slick hover extraction. Easy peasy. The trooper and the stranded driver were airlifted from the flooded truck bed, taken to a nearby command post, and handed over to Gila County Sheriff's Office deputies for extra help. It's a bold rescue that showcases Arizona State Troopers teaming up, using air rescue to handle tricky flood conditions and keep folks safe from their misadventures. At Orlando International Airport, a cop on a bike found themselves caught up in a wild chase involving an intoxicated lady on a motorized suitcase, not exactly ready for plane travel. Despite the cop being chill, the woman got more agitated. She raced around on her motorized suitcase, turning the terminal into a makeshift racetrack.
I need you to go to the terminal, dude.
Suck my Oh, I can suck my
Okay, Chelsea. Just go to the terminal.
The officer stayed composed, skillfully maneuvering through the crowd. Politely, he asked the lady to exit the secure area and even suggested a race to the exit. However, she remained hostile, showing no concern for the officer's attempt to keep the situation calm.
Can you roll with me to the main terminal? You can't hang out here. It's a secured area. Yeah, follow me. Follow me, Chelsea. We'll roll out together.
Everything went south when the lady spat on the officer's face. That was it. Talk time was over and action mode was activated. More cops rolled in. They grabbed the lady, cuffed her, and escorted her out of the airport. And just like that, the bizarre OIA drama was done and dusted. In this incident, an officer from the Santa Fe Police Department pulled over a green vehicle with no license plates. The driver explained that he had recently purchased the car and was learning to drive. However, the officer detected the smell of marijuana and questioned the driver.
I get it. I'm gonna ask you another question, all right? When was the last time you smoked weed, dude? That was like an hour ago.
Suspecting impairment, the officer conducted field sobriety tests, including checking the driver's eyes and having him cross his eyes. The driver exhibited signs of impairment, leading the officer to make the decision to arrest him for driving under the influence. Additionally, the officer mentioned that the captain decided to tow the suspect's car, and someone with a valid license would need to retrieve it from the impound. A 19-year-old, allegedly under the influence, collided with a La Crosse police squad car while speeding approximately 45 miles per hour through a red light on West Avenue.
For the weeks, but if you want a specific one, call them.
Is there a difference in price?
They're usually all pretty similar.
How much will it cost?
I don't know.
The event unfolded around 9 p.m. when Schwalbach, traveling south on Lang Drive, ignored the traffic signal and collided with a police SUV on La Crosse Street. The impact caused Schwalbach's vehicle to strike a stoplight, causing it to topple onto his car.
Dude, stop moving, stop moving. Dude, park the car, man.
Schwalbach was promptly transported to the La Crosse County Jail. In addition to the OWI charge, Schwalbach is also facing charges for running the red light and possession of drug paraphernalia. In a startling incident, a man in Florida was apprehended by police for engaging in lewd behavior in public.
When I was shipped to Daytona. This was years ago, a couple of years ago, but yeah.
The individual, whose actions were met with shock and dismay, was caught in the act while under the influence. The man stated that he was only playing with himself and was nothing unusual. Law enforcement officers swiftly responded to the scene.
Head out. First name, Alexander.
You don't have to talk anymore if you don't want to.
James. Last name. I don't care. I ain't got nothing.
Such incidents threaten public decency and underscore the importance of maintaining a safe and respectful environment for all community members. Sergeant Matthew Gajewski of the Union Beach Police Department encountered a car with a flat tire near Morningside Avenue during his patrol. The driver, identified as 45-year-old Justine Meadow, displayed slurred speech and emitted an odor of alcohol. She denied being under the influence and refused to provide a license, registration and insurance. However, she couldn't walk heel to toe or count steps correctly in the walk and turn test. Due to her signs of intoxication, Sergeant Gajewski arrested Justine for DUI. The police did not expect how drunk the woman was.
Don't do that, okay? Don't make this hard.
Despite multiple attempts, her alcohol test recorded a BAC of 0.332%, over 4 times the legal limit. After processing, Justine was released to a responsible party, pending a court appearance after a signed potential liability warning form. In the video, Officer Vargas is shown approaching a residence where a resident discovered an alligator lying by their front door. With its mouth wide open, the alligator gazes up at Officer Vargas. Exercising caution, Vargas traps the alligator and secures its mouth for safety. Given the situation, Officer Vargas contacts the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission for assistance. They informed him that a trapper would take approximately 30 minutes to arrive. However, it is mentioned that they would likely euthanize the alligator. Considering the alternative, Officer Vargas decides to take matters into his own hands. He places the alligator in the back of his patrol car, transports it to a nearby canal, and releases the reptile into the water, allowing it to return to its natural habitat. In a dramatic nighttime rescue, police officers braved the cold waters to save a man and his loyal canine companion. The scene unfolds as the man clings tightly to his furry friend while they both face the perilous situation. After being informed about the situation, the officers took no time to respond and immediately went to the water in the pitch-black darkness of the night. It didn't take them long to find the man and his cherished pet struggling to stay afloat. They rescued the dog first from the man's grasp before ensuring his safety. This video shows a relationship built They rescued the dog first from the man's grasp before ensuring his safety. This video shows a relationship built out of the love of a man and his best friend, surviving even during the most difficult times. An unexpected incident occurred, and the Volusia County Sheriff's Office had to address a rather alarming situation. Two 12-year-olds were apprehended with guns. Picture this, an ordinary day for a cop on patrol, and suddenly chaos erupts as she notices a kid pointing a gun at her. Acting swiftly, she calls 911 to report the alarming situation and attempts to defuse it.
The little kids were standing out in the field. It appeared that he had a handgun and he was pointing it at our car as we were driving by.
Stepping out of her patrol car, she approaches the kids' hiding spot and calmly instructs them to come out. Here's the kicker. She handcuffs those boys as they attempt to flee.
Stop right there!
It was a real gun. We were shooting it over here. Someone said we were alone.
Digging into things a bit more, it turns out that the rundown place wasn't just a hideout for two kids with guns. There was a loaded one and bullet casings strewn around.
He's got some in the chamber, one in the ready to go.
Officers responded to a report of a suspicious car with a sleeping person inside, but her identity would leave the police in shock after they get to know what she had previously done. Upon arrival, the officers tried to rouse the individual.
How old are you?
23.
When you were born?
99. But I came out and charged my phone. I just came from Florida.
Did you?
Yeah, I was
What part
in
of Florida?
Initially, she gave false information to the police, including her name, age, current address, and even family details. She explained to the police that she was in the car just to charge her phone. However, after a brief period, she disclosed the truth to the police officer. It was revealed that the female had numerous outstanding warrants for charges such as armed robbery, kidnapping, and homicides. Unexpected arrests of horrible criminals like this one show us that real criminals might be hiding in front of our eyes. A routine day for a Brookhaven police officer took an unexpected turn near a Walgreens store. The officer was flagged down by witnesses reporting a theft involving a black male who had stolen items from the store and fled. Upon receiving this information, the vigilant officer quickly located the suspect who was walking with a knife in hand. Concerned for safety, the officer activated patrol lights and approached the suspect. In a tense but controlled interaction, the officer asked the suspect to surrender the knife, and he complied. The suspect admitted to having visited the store, but dismissed it as unworthy of discussion. To ensure the safety of both the suspect and the public, the officer requested that he sit on the patrol car's push bumper. However, the situation took an unexpected turn when the suspect decided to run for it. A chase ensued, with the officer and assisting officers joining the pursuit. After a few minutes of pursuit, the suspect was successfully captured.
What are y'all doing? Put your hands behind your back.
A search of the suspect's bag revealed 2 mini speakers valued at $40, which had been stolen from Walgreens. Officer Hawkins demonstrated exceptional bravery and quick thinking when he encountered a vehicle engulfed in flames along I-75 and I-285. The situation became even more critical as multiple citizens pulled over to assist the victim before first responders could arrive. In a selfless act of heroism, Officer Hawkins and the Good Samaritans worked together to carry the victim away from the dangerous scene and to a safe location. Their collective efforts ensured the victim's safety and facilitated the arrival of medical personnel who could provide necessary treatment. This incident highlights the importance of community members and law enforcement working collaboratively in times of crisis, showcasing the dedication and compassion of Officer Hawkins and the Good Samaritans who went above and beyond to help a fellow citizen in need. Team HCSO's Fly and Sea Crew teamed up for a gutsy rescue near Apollo Beach and Beer Can Island. Around 8:26 p.m, they found and saved 4 folks stuck on a sinking boat. Nature had its plans. The crazy weather stirred up wild waves that the poor boat's pump couldn't handle. The engine was coughing its last breath, and the closest shore was a tough 2 miles away. It was a pretty dire situation. Guess what? Luck was on their side. Every person on board had a life jacket. A swift 911 call initiated the rescue, and the passengers cleverly used their phone flashlights to guide the deputies in the tumultuous waters.
We got you. We got you. We got you. Okay? All right, you're fine. We got you. Don't worry. We got you. Just have a seat, okay?
The deputies moved quickly, pulling off a flawless rescue, getting every person out of the sinking boat. It's kind of crazy. Everyone ended up on shore without a scratch. The whole team let out a big sigh of relief, just happy the whole boat mess didn't turn into a real tragedy.
So we have all 4 on board. There was only 4, so everyone is accounted for and safe.
An overdramatic response could lead you to even more trouble than the actual offense.
I'm Deputy Ortiz with the Racine County Sheriff's Office stuff because your seatbelt isn't on, and we're actually out. You put it on when we were pulling up behind you. I watched you.
That's not true.
And he looked
body was fully leaned forward.
The police busted a man during a routine traffic stop. He was seen putting on his seatbelt moments after the police signaled him to pull over.
We're not going to argue about our $10 seatbelt ticket.
Hey, it's right here.
Okay, driver's license and insurance, okay?
I'm not giving you nothing. It's not.
Driver's license and insurance, sir. You're going to make this more difficult than it has to be.
During the entire traffic stop, the man had shown erratic behavior, even though the police were asking him questions in a calm manner. However, everyone would get frustrated after trying to be fooled.
You're acting like a child, sir.
Here's my card. Here's everything.
Your driver's license, sir. Hand it to me.
Take my money. Take this too. Take that.
Your driver's license.
After repeatedly refusing to provide his driver's license, the man resorted to breaking his belongings, including tearing up money. It was quite a dramatic reaction over a mere seatbelt ticket. In Eustis, Florida, a traffic stop involving David Michael Jones unfolded. Jones displayed concerning behavior and indications of potential alcohol intoxication.
Sir, you're not here to argue to stop.
Your offense is saying that you were behind
So you can either give me your driver's license or you're refusing.
But you weren't behind me.
Are you refusing to give me your driver's license?
No.
The man visibly shows hostile body language and mannerisms towards the police when asked questions. He even refuses to give out his driver's license and identification documents. He was declining any type of cooperation with the officers. Inevitably, he was apprehended for resisting arrest. Further inspection of the vehicle revealed unopened alcoholic beverages.
The car now.
You cannot do that.
Get out of the car.
What are you doing, man?
Grab his hands. Grab his hands!
What did I do, man?
Following the arrest, Jones was taken to Lake County Jail. There, he opted to decline a breath test, heightening suspicions of DUI. He was issued citations for DUI, a stop sign violation, and an additional charge for failing to sign the citation. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office Communications Center received multiple reports about a marked patrol vehicle displaying concerning behavior in traffic. This prompted the dispatch of detectives from the Special Investigations Integrity Unit. The police officer under investigation was taken to do a field test to check his sobriety. The tests were concluded not long after they started, due to safety reasons.
AM? No, 7 p.m. Not 7 p.m. So you drank whatever you consumed last night between...
When asked about his alcohol consumption, he answered, confused, that he had only drunk for an hour the evening before. Further questioning made it clearer that he was lying and obviously under the influence. The suspect was arrested for driving under the influence and taken to the Duval County Jail to provide breath alcohol samples. There was this incident in Whatcom County. Sheriff's deputies got a call about some woman with maybe mental health stuff going on, trespassing on a local farm. When the deputies arrived, they found this woman with outstanding warrants. Even though she was all worked up and accusing them of stuff, the deputies kept their cool and stayed pro.
So my body cam's on, just let you know.
I know.
Right, Ashley?
Yeah.
And so, I'm sorry that you're under arrest.
What am I under arrest for?
Just go ahead, turn around, fix your hands on your back. Can you drop your shoes?
They arrested her without making things worse, handling it with a chill approach and wrapping it up smoothly.
Grab me so hard. Why you guys grab me hard like a... Why am I listed as a terrorist?
After cuffing the woman, the farmer, whose place got trespassed, told the deputies he wanted her banned. Having aced the arrest, the deputies sorted out the farmer's request just like that.
I don't want to press charges for trespassing, but we're good for the warrant.
Okay.
I don't handle that.
Okay.
Just a reminder that she's not welcome.
Deputies were dispatched to a multi-unit residence after someone called 911 to report a mentally distressed man in need of assistance. When the responding deputy found the man in question, he was seen on the police body camera holding a drink that resembled absinthe.
What's going on? I don't know what's going on. They don't know what's going on.
And I'm trying to tell you, but you won't stop talking.
Exactly. Let's find out what's going on.
As the man was questioned, someone remarked that Kyle shouldn't be drinking. In response to the remark that he shouldn't be drinking, Kyle chugged the beverage in plain view of the deputy's body camera. He entered the home, declining to answer any more questions and blaming the police for missing his daughter's birthday. With no other option, the police had to arrest him and bring him in for questioning. Through police bodycam footage in Seattle on August 16, 2020, we witnessed protesters throwing explosive fireworks at police officers. A disturbing moment is revealed.
Hold on, you're all right. You're all right.
As the body camera starts to record, we can see the demonstrators choosing a dangerous course of action. They throw explosive firecrackers wildly, creating an explosion that shakes the atmosphere.
Get the blast balls up here!
As the situation became more intense, the assembled police were attacked by explosive firecrackers thrown by the protesters. The giant explosions caused the officers to take the protesters more seriously. The police began to set up barricades to confront the protesters. The demonstrators continued to attack the police with the fireworks they were carrying, but the police carried out their duties as instructed, confronting the demonstrators without attacking them, and this incident caused no casualties. A man in Florida has been arrested after doing something severe to his roommate. What makes this situation even stranger is that the perpetrator committed the act while wearing a cat costume.
Sheriff's office! Sheriff's office!
Deputies arrived at the perpetrator's home after the incident. They broke down the perpetrator's door, entered with their guns drawn, and searched the house for the suspect. The deputies shouted for the suspect to surrender, but there was no response.
That's important. Front door. No, bro, come here. Come out here. Come here. Come on. Go to the road. Go to the road.
Another person was trapped inside the house, and he told the deputy where the suspect was. The deputy then instructed the person to come out.
Hands right here. Come on. Walk out. Come on. Walk out.
This way.
Turn around.
Back up. He's coming out. Back up. Keep coming. Down him outside.
The deputies kept their guns pointed at the end of the room. Realizing there was no way out, the suspect finally raised his hands towards the deputies and surrendered. Sure enough, he came out wearing his cat costume, just as he had when he committed the gruesome act. He was charged with murder and held on $1 million bail. Officers stopped a party bus driving recklessly through a quiet suburban neighborhood, even launching fireworks from its windows.
Driver's license.
Lawyer, he wasn't driving. No.
When confronted, the man did not want to cooperate, repeatedly demanding his right to a lawyer and saying that the party bus was not being driven, only parked.
You guys don't listen to me.
I have an ambulance coming for you, sir. I have an ambulance coming for you.
Good. Oh, cherry juice.
The body cam footage also captures the man crying after resisting arrest due to overwhelming pain caused by his gout mixed with force used by the police.
Yes. How did you get here? You shanked me here. Ow!
After the incident, the suspect was transported to the hospital and later charged with obstructing and resisting arrest, as well as 3 counts of possession. On April 10, 2023, around noon, law enforcement in New Mexico quickly responded to a collision at a busy intersection, unprepared for the horrifying scene that awaited them.
That guy is the lone passenger in there.
The scene revealed a truck overturned on its side, having crashed with another vehicle bearing notable damage, driven by a mother with her kids. Upon assessment, the truck's driver was deemed fit for questioning after receiving a medical clearance from personnel.
Down to Albuquerque?
Yeah.
Is that where you guys are living now?
Yeah, like I said, I didn't know this place, but I was turning here.
Okay, do you have your license on you?
No, I don't. It's probably, I'm not going back to this.
The driver of the other vehicle, though fortunately not critically hurt, was transported by EMS to a nearby hospital for further evaluation. She is suspected to have been driving under the influence.
Oh my God, you can't let my kids go without me.
You don't want them to see what happens like this, okay?
You can't let my kids go without me, please, sir. We're all we have. I'm sorry, I know.
The mother was arrested and taken for further questioning. Additionally, As a precautionary measure, 3 children at the scene were also taken to a nearby hospital for a thorough checkup, given that they emerged unscathed from the incident. In this bodycam footage released by the Volusia County Sheriff's Department in Florida, an Atlantic High School resource deputy was searching the school for a 16-year-old boy. As he stumbled upon the boy wearing a hooded jacket and a backpack, the deputy immediately demanded to talk with him.
Are you? You know what I want to talk to you about? You don't know?
The deputy continued to search the boy until he lifted his hooded jacket.
Somebody reported that they have a photo of you. Looks like there's some sort of a weapon sticking out of a pocket.
And revealed something tucked in his waistband, which signaled the officer that it was time to arrest him.
Do me a favor, just lift your sweatshirt up. Lift your sweatshirt up again. What is that?
Turns out, the 16-year-old boy has been arrested for bringing a loaded weapon to school. The police were already warned about a TikTok where a child brought a pistol to school, which prompted the search for the boy.
Anything else I need to be concerned about? What kind of gun is it?
The deputy assured the boy that he would not humiliate him and they'd exit through the back door instead of the gym.
I'm not going to parade you through the gym, but we're going to go to my office and we're going to do the investigation.
It was then revealed that the boy had taken the weapon from a relative and they were now facing charges related to the theft of firearms. In Ohio, where Alliance police officers responded to a 911 call, they were trying to rescue a woman trapped in her car, which had sunk into a river. Unexpected tension and danger are highlighted in this situation.
42, we are out with it. This is crazy. Come on. They're going to get you out, Alexis.
Body cameras captured the moment the officers arrived on the scene. They found the woman's car almost completely submerged in the river. There appeared to be no way out for the woman.
All right, I got you. Hold him. I got it. I got you. Hold on. Everyone free. I need relax.
Shut up, please.
Relax. Yeah, I will, man. Tell her to get away.
The situation gets worse as the officers try to free her. However, their efforts only seem to make the car sink further.
Hold on. Guys, let go. Hold your hand.
Oh my God.
Let go.
Please, hurry up. Please.
Police officers try to get the woman out of the sinking car. Panic sets in, and a policeman's life is also in danger. Seconds later, the car is completely submerged. In another moment, the policeman breaks the rear window and manages to save the woman. In Spokane, a local restaurant became an unexpected battleground for a confrontation between a determined man and the police. The day unfolded when management sought police assistance for a man disrupting business by lingering in an unwarranted manner. Spokane police swiftly responded to a restaurant disturbance where a man resisted leaving despite officers' patient requests. His persistent refusal led to an escalated situation, and officers informed him of his impending arrest.
They've already asked him to leave a number of times. You need to go. Who is it? Because they're closing their business and they don't want you here anymore.
The tense scene captivated patrons and staff, highlighting the delicate balance between maintaining order and respecting individual rights. As the man persistently resisted, officers took him into custody, ensuring a safe resolution to the standoff. Delicately placing handcuffs around his wrists symbolized the consequences of his refusal to comply with lawful police orders.
Well, it could have been as simple as you just walking out and leaving, but you couldn't do that.
Officers responded to a disturbance after receiving information that a female was wielding a knife and threatening people. Upon arriving at the scene, the officers encountered a woman in her underwear who was reportedly behaving aggressively with a large knife. One of the officers approached the vehicle and retrieved the large knife that the female had been using during the disturbance.
Jeez.
It's heavy too. It's got some weight.
Yeah.
The officers ensured the safety of the surrounding individuals and took control of the dangerous weapon. Subsequently, the woman was charged with resisting arrest and public nuisance. The charges likely stemmed from her aggressive behavior, threats, and the need for law enforcement intervention to bring the situation under control. This cop's body cam captures an intense moment. An officer transforms into an unsung hero during a daring water rescue. With a couple trapped in their submerged car, the officer promptly calls for backup to address the serious situation. The officer arrives, spots a submerged car with a soaked engine, and doesn't waste a moment. Urgently, the officer instructs the stressed couple to climb out through the window, emphasizing the need for immediate action.
You're gonna have to hop out!
Urgent commands echo as the officer guides them to safety. Despite fear, the couple trusts the rescuer's instructions, showcasing pro moves and quick thinking for a safe rescue. In In a challenging situation, the officer acted swiftly, making rapid decisions. Calling for backup immediately proved crucial for the successful rescue.
Both passenger drivers out.
Down on IH-35 in LaSalle County, Texas, cops were on the tail of a smuggler tearing it up in a stolen semi-truck. Mid-chase, troopers found a hidden compartment in the stolen truck with 18 illegal immigrants, victims of smuggling. Despite their efforts, crafty driver escaped, so authorities ensured the safety of the discovered folks. No time wasted, they swiftly handed over the 18 immigrants to the US Border Patrol for sorting and checks. The chase brought out the struggles law enforcement deals with in fighting human trafficking and illegal immigration. It showed how they always grind to handle these tricky problems along the Texas border. This footage is a depressing story of alcohol, abuse, and parenting. The police were called to investigate an injury of a child.
You want to sit on Mom's lap? Yeah?
Papi, she's talking to you.
Upon reaching the scene, the officers promptly attended to the child's head injury, ensuring his comfort throughout the process. However, they began to suspect the mother as the potential cause of the injury, noting her alcohol odor and peculiar behavior. Following the police's request to the mother to allow them to take the child to the ambulance, her non-compliance left them with no option but to place her under arrest. In this situation, prioritizing the child's well-being was paramount. Indiana State Representative Jim Lucas has been sentenced following his arrest in May for leaving the scene of a drunk driving crash.
You just out for a walk? Okay. You didn't see a van go by with no tires on it? No van.
Lucas, who initially claimed he swerved to avoid a deer, was found to have hit 2 guardrails before driving the wrong way on an exit ramp. His truck had extensive damage and only 1 working tire.
Ooh, Spyderco. Oh, that's a nice one.
A man of taste.
I know, I like it. I can wear Spyderco.
He pleaded guilty to charges of operating while intoxicated and leaving the scene of a crash. He received a 60-day sentence for OWI and 180 days for leaving the scene, though both are suspended. In April of this year, law enforcement officers were dispatched to investigate a case of sexual assault. In their pursuit of the alleged perpetrator, officers contacted his girlfriend. However, suspicions arose that she might be concealing crucial information.
What are you talking about? I didn't do anything.
Don't.
What are you talking about? Come on, what are you doing?
Stop. You're not going to win this, all right?
Okay, can I...
No. Stop.
What are you talking about?
Let go.
I haven't done it.
Yeah. Get your hands out. Get your hands out to your side. Just stay right there.
Soon after, one of the officers noticed the suspect attempting to escape through a rear window, resulting in the apprehension of the alleged rapist. Simultaneously, officers successfully detained the male suspect, charging him with second-degree domestic violence and rape. The arrest of the suspect's girlfriend took an unexpected turn, adding complexity to the situation. The female suspect faced charges of resisting arrest and obstructing the investigation. A fascinating event occurred on July 9th, 2021. Police officers in Kentucky had to act quickly to rescue a child who had been kidnapped.
Turn around, back towards me. Turn around and back towards me. Back towards me. Keep walking back. Keep walking back.
The officers' body cameras captured the moment they arrived at the home of the child abduction suspect. They spotted the suspect outside the house and then pointed a gun at him. The officers immediately took action against the suspect, who was wearing a red shirt.
Driver or passenger? Hello.
The tension in this video is heightened when the officers managed to apprehend and secure the suspect quickly. Most importantly, they managed to rescue a kidnapped child who was in a red car at the scene. On February 27th, a patrol officer stopped a stolen pickup truck in Spanaway Parkland. This resulted in a tense pursuit.
Running south!
The pickup truck was chased at speeds of up to 60 miles per hour towards Tacoma, where Lakewood officers used a stop bar to try and stop it. The car hit the bar and slowed dramatically to 10 miles per hour. The officer then used a pit maneuver to bring the vehicle to a complete stop.
suspect ran down that hill through some gnarly sticker bushes. We easily had him surrounded, but he just wouldn't give up.
Yeah, so do you see the school bus?
The suspect jumped out of the truck and attempted to flee on foot down a hillside covered in sticker bushes. The officers quickly surrounded him, but he refused to surrender.
You want a pallet? I can toss you a pallet so you can. Oh, you didn't got it.
After a lengthy siege, he surrendered and climbed over a fence to surrender to police and was arrested. The suspect was arrested on a number of serious charges, including drunk driving, escape, possession of a stolen vehicle, and resisting arrest. On Wednesday night in Columbia, Florida, an incident occurred when officers attempted to stop a vehicle without proper identification.
Yeah, 1031 in the front. Go get him, go get him, go get him.
The chase began when the officer attempted to stop the vehicle. The driver immediately fled, and the chase ended when the car crashed into a tree, destroying the vehicle. The driver did not give up and continued to run on foot.
Stop moving! Stop moving! I'm gonna tase you! Stop moving! Bro, stop moving! I just bought that car!
The officers pursued the driver. They found the driver hiding behind a stranger's house, trying very hard to hide something. However, he was eventually arrested.
I told dude, I'm just fit to just get out there.
Why couldn't you just pull over and be done with it?
I'm sorry, man.
As he was being put into the police car, the driver, who had been trying to escape, suddenly showed remorse for his foolish actions. In Marquette County, Wisconsin, deputies were dispatched to a residence where a white-tailed buck was trapped in a backyard swimming pool. The incident occurred in the early morning hours after the opening day of Wisconsin's gun deer season.
I heard a boom and the dogs started going nuts, and he had to go to the bathroom, and they were still barking. I said, you didn't let them out, so he let them out, went through each one.
Upon arrival, the deputies assessed the situation and found the deer in the pool. The homeowner explained that they heard a noise and their dogs alerted them to the trapped buck when they let them out. Together with the deputies, the homeowner tried to figure out a safe way to rescue the deer. The deputies discussed using a rope to create a loop around the deer's antlers. The plan was to try to guide the deer out of the pool without causing harm to the animal. After carefully maneuvering, the deputies successfully guided the deer out of the pool using the looped rope and setting it back to freedom. On November 22nd, 2022, Macy's loss prevention employees uncovered the antics of a sneaky thief, humorously dubbed Stupid Robin Hood, through their ceiling-mounted camera. The footage captured this would-be criminal concealing store merchandise and strolling out of the store undetected. However, the vigilant loss prevention staff promptly apprehended the thief, calling in officers from the Humble Police Department to handle the situation. The video also highlighted the thief's partner, who engaged in a collaborative effort to steal items from different sections of the store and deliver them to her criminal companion. The partner's actions appeared deceptively like routine shopping. But the footage revealed the underlying criminal scheme. While the partner managed to evade capture, leaving him to face the consequences, the loss prevention team and law enforcement were one step ahead. The video documented the interception and detainment of Stupid Robin Hood by diligent loss prevention employees. Notably, the 58-year-old Jerome Allen, operating under the alias Stupid Robin Hood, faced arrest on a felony count of theft with 2 prior convictions. Allen's extensive criminal history, including multiple convictions for theft and possession of a controlled substance, could result in a potential 20-year prison sentence for merchandise theft, totaling $258. The Spartanburg Police Department recently released body camera footage to address misinformation circulating on social media. The incident in question involved officers responding to a 911 call about juveniles in possession of a BB gun and engaging in disruptive behavior. According to the police, a woman reported that one of the juveniles shot her son with the BB gun and that they were also throwing rocks at her property. Upon arrival, an officer encountered 2 juveniles, one of whom appeared to be carrying a BB gun.
Step over here, old man. What's going on?
Nothing.
I'm detaining you for your safety and my safety, okay?
The officer instructed the boy to drop the gun, and he promptly complied by placing it on the ground. The officer then proceeded to handcuff the boy and place him in the back of the patrol car while attempting to locate the boy's parents and gather more information about the complaint. Notably, the body camera footage revealed that the officer did not unholster or draw his weapon during the entire incident. Releasing the video aimed to clarify the facts surrounding the event and correct any misinformation that may have spread on social media, showing the importance of accurate information and the role of body cameras in providing an objective record of law enforcement interactions. Officers with the Houston Police Department responded to the scene of a major vehicle crash. A witness reported that a speeding truck ignored a stop sign and collided with another vehicle at an intersection. The driver of the truck was observed by witnesses throwing cans of alcohol out of the vehicle before fleeing on foot down the street. Fortunately, the driver only made it about half a mile before being stopped by a local neighborhood justice seeker.
Put your hands back. Put your hands in your back. Put your hands in the back.
This car was turning from this street, going this way? Okay. And the white car was coming straight?
Yeah, he was going like 50, like he was going really fast.
Little stop sign and hit him, and then this car flipped over here? Okay, thank you.
The video captures the aftermath of the crash, with officers apprehending the driver who attempted to flee the scene. The driver, identified as 44-year-old Jose Gutierrez, was subsequently arrested on one misdemeanor count of driving while intoxicated. Jose Gutierrez has a previous criminal record, including possession of a controlled substance and theft of roofing shingles. As of the video's editing, he remains in jail. The video concludes with officers expressing appreciation for the assistance witnesses and individuals provided at the scene. In Waukesha, Wisconsin, law enforcement responded to a distressing situation involving a physical dispute between the caller and her ex-boyfriend.
Hey, do not leave!
Prior to the arrival of the police, the ex-boyfriend engaged in destructive behavior, breaking a window and pelting the victim's house with eggs. Upon reaching the scene, the police witnessed the suspect physically assaulting the victim. In an attempt to evade arrest, the suspect fled the scene, initiating a brief high-speed chase. Ultimately, the suspect stopped the vehicle and continued the escape attempt on foot. The foot chase proved challenging for the fleeing suspect, leading to an unexpected obstacle. While attempting to escape, the suspect became entangled in a barbed wire fence, hampering his efforts to evade arrest. Caught up in a prickly situation of his own making, he set himself up for an easy arrest by the officers. Law enforcement officers swiftly responded to a reported trespassing incident, deploying their professional skills to assess the situation. Upon reaching the location and conducting a background check on the suspect, law enforcement uncovered a startling revelation. The person had an outstanding warrant for armed robbery. As officers engaged with the suspect, the situation took a complex turn. The individual attempted to reshape the narrative, skillfully portraying herself as a victim and introducing an element of manipulation into the unfolding events.
It's just laughing. He put his whole body weight on my chest cavity and I can't.
We get you cleared there.
I can't breathe.
You're talking to me.
I know, but he was on my whole entire chest.
Moreover, during the interaction, the female suspect resisted the officers' lawful actions, leading to additional charges. Under the supervision of their designated leader, the law enforcement team demonstrated professionalism and determination in managing the evolving circumstances, ensuring that the suspect was held accountable. A moment of tension unfolds in this video as police officers confront a man trying to escape.
No, you can't. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. No. Get out of the car. Get out of the vehicle. No. Out of the vehicle.
The body camera captures the officers attempting to remove the man from the vehicle. However, they face great difficulty as the man refuses to cooperate. The officers finally decided to break the window of the man's vehicle.
Get out of the car. Get out of the vehicle. No. Why would you break my...
The situation escalated when the man attempted to escape by driving his car through the spike strips installed by the officers. In the end, The officers decide not to pursue the man, but not because they do not want to arrest him. They judge that pursuing a fast-moving car could endanger the lives of others on the road. A gripping moment has been revealed by police body camera footage in Utah. Within hours of a tragic car crash, a baby's life depended on the quick and brave actions of a rescue team.
What have you got? What have you got? There, get down here and try and slip it. Man.
A group of heroes consisting of 3 police officers, 2 firefighters, and an angler took to the river. They braved the current to save lives. They searched the car and found a baby in need of immediate rescue.
Here, pass her up, pass her up! Pass her up! Here, right here, right here. Go, 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 go!
They immediately tried to save the baby in risky conditions. Along with the rescue, an attempt was made to call an ambulance. As the baby was removed from the overturned car in the rushing river, the officers carefully carried it into the ambulance.
Suction! Come on, sweetie.
Once the baby was in the ambulance, the officers wasted no time. They immediately performed the necessary rescue procedures to ensure the baby's safety. The baby was then taken to hospital, and fortunately, his life was saved. A man in Edgewater was arrested after he committed a dangerous act against the Volusia County Sheriff's Office Air 1 helicopter.
Come here, man. Walk over here. Who had the freaking laser? Huh? I don't have one, bro. Who's got the laser?
The helicopter camera shows 3 people in a boat getting into trouble with the police. Later, Volusia County Sheriff's deputies arrested 3 people after they pointed a green laser pointer at the Air 1 helicopter, which was on robbery duty.
You thought that was a drone?
Yes. Well, he lives on a sailboat, and I've been seeing a bunch. He said he's been seeing a bunch of drones, and he's like, "That's a drone right there."
Stand by. You ain't under arrest. You guys are being detained. All right.
However, in his confession, he initially thought it was a drone, as he often sees drones flying over the area. The officers acted decisively and arrested and detained the 3 men.
I'm guessing it was a green laser?
Affirmative, green laser.
Alright, we got one in custody for it and we got the laser.
Alright.
The effect of the action was severe, as the pilot suffered partial loss of vision for several minutes after the laser hit his right eye. The helicopter pilot asked if it was what he thought it was, and the ground officer confirmed that it was. As a result, the 3 men were booked into the Volusia County Branch Jail on a $5,000 bond. On August 17th, 2021, the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office conducted an intensive search for an elderly woman missing in the woods.
Mary! Mary, hey!
The officers, along with their K9, prepared to explore the dense forest. They have an important mission, which is to find a missing senior citizen and ensure his safety.
10, I found her. She's in the draw behind the house.
The K9 continued to lead the officers closer to the scene. Moments later, the officers located the missing person and found Mrs. Kennedy at the bottom of the ravine, alive but injured. The next footage captures the moment when the police confront a highly intoxicated man at a petrol station.
What's going on, man? This guy is trying to call the cops on me because I tried to...
When the police approached the drunk man, he was unable to communicate clearly with the officers.
You should stay in Cicero.
As a precaution, the officers searched him to make sure he was not carrying any dangerous items. However, during the search, the man screamed and refused to be searched by the officers.
Ow!
When the police tried to talk to him, he suddenly tried to hit one of the officers. Seeing this, the officers quickly took decisive action, tackling him to the ground and handcuffing him for arrest. In the subways of Manhattan, New York City, police officers and a bystander perform a heroic act to save the life of a man in danger. The police officers' body cameras capture the moment they arrive at the subway station and find a man who has fallen onto the tracks. The situation was critical as a train was about to enter the station. The officers, along with bystanders, did not hesitate and took immediate action. The video shows the brave actions of the officer who went down to the tracks, grabbed the fallen man, and struggled to lift him out of the path of the oncoming train.
Thank you. I'm good.
In the end, their heroic actions are successful, and they manage to save the man just in time for the train to arrive. On June 27th, 2022, in Escambia County, Florida, we will witness an agitated moment in an interaction between a police officer and a driver.
Key fob, I left it in there, I'm sorry.
Okay. Alright, well, that's definitely weird.
As the driver exited his vehicle after being pulled over, the officer asked him to get back into his car. However, the driver claimed that he was locked out and unable to do so. This statement aroused the officer's suspicions.
Oh, it's not locked.
The officer, highly suspicious of the driver's explanation, decided to search the vehicle. It turned out that the car was not locked.
Oh, here you go. Here's your map.
Sweet. Perfect.
And then that.
The police then searched the man's car. They found drugs on the driver's seat and the rest in his black bag, with his driving license also in the black bag. He was then arrested for possession of drug paraphernalia and smuggling methamphetamine. On the 29th of April 2022, in Columbia, Florida, officers stopped a woman for not wearing a seatbelt, but the situation soon developed into something much more severe.
I'm gonna break you anyway.
No, you're not. Why?
Upon arriving sternly at the scene, the K9 officer questions the driver about illegal narcotics in the vehicle. Initially responding with a no, the driver later declares, "I'm going to jail," arousing the officer's suspicion.
Alright. Where's the meth at? It's right there on you. Alright, hold on, don't touch it.
The woman was then asked by the police to come out and was asked where her belongings were. She replied that they were in her shirt. Then she was searched by a female officer, and another officer searched her car.
And your bra?
Your bra, how did you miss that? What did you do? Try to hold it when you were bent over?
After the police pressed for more items, she again admitted there was more and admitted it was in her bra. The officer immediately searched her and found a large quantity of drugs. She was arrested and detained for further investigation. On October 3rd, 2022, in the early morning hours of 1:23 a.m., a suspicious incident occurred at the Cool Today baseball park in Northport, Florida. A concerned citizen called the authorities after seeing a woman entering the stadium.
What are you doing out here?
When police officers arrived on the scene, they approached the suspect, a woman wearing a brown shirt, black shorts, and no shoes. At this point, the officers began to order the suspect to stop and cooperate. However, the suspect appeared reluctant to comply.
What is your deal? This isn't fun. You just left the hospital, she said. You're gonna take...
The tension between the officers and the suspect reached its peak when the suspect was finally taken into custody. The woman was handcuffed and questioned before being taken away by the officers. In the final situation of being taken to the car, the woman resisted, but that was the end of it. She was taken away and charged with trespassing. This haunting bodycam footage shows 28-year-old Dayton Vile avoiding police officers from the University of Central Florida after attempting to take him into custody. This same man who escaped the police would never be expected to be the one responsible for critically injuring two officers in a standoff just a month after this footage.
No, don't reach for nothing, okay? There you go.
So I'm staying.
In this video, police officers ordered Viel to pull over after he was caught driving a stolen car. When one of the officers tried to take him into custody, he did this instead.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back. Don't run, you're gonna get tased. Don't run, you're gonna get tased. Tased. Get on the ground. You're gonna get tased. Clear channel, clear channel.
The officers tried to tase him, but he ran fast and was able to escape by going back to his car and driving away, making the officers frustrated that they didn't catch up to him.
He's taking off in the car.
I will meet you.
Just a month later, Viel was shot dead by a SWAT team after shooting 2 police officers in a standoff in Orlando and critically injuring them. He had an extensive criminal history with multiple warrants for arrest and criminal charges. Recently, an FCSO deputy was called to an emergency involving a horse that had run loose on the highway. However, what happened next was highly stressful. While the deputies were trying to locate and catch the loose horse, one of them accidentally stepped on a beehive in the trees. As a result, the deputy was suddenly attacked and stung by a group of bees. Despite the bee attack, the deputy managed to get out of the situation unharmed. This calm vibe got wrecked when some unexpected guys showed up, messing with everyone's peace. Little did the folks know they were about to be the main characters in some crazy, unexpected drama. People gathered, ready to deal with the intruder. Sirens blared, letting everyone know the cops were on their way. A seasoned officer stepped up, breaking up the crowd and talking to neighbors for info. The trapped burglar was in a tight spot as the officer got the details. The officer and the crowd teamed up to take down the intruder and ensure justice was served.
Don't fight him. Don't fight him. If you test him, I'm gonna tase you. Don't fight him. Test him, I'm gonna tase you.
The locals got gutsy and grabbed that desperate burglar, teaming up until the cops stepped in. The officer cuffed the intruder with skill.
You gotta listen, man. You just gotta listen. You're not following instructions.
Okay, listen. I got it. You're not. Come on. Hand out, hand out, hand out, hand out.
The vibe changed from freaking out to feeling relieved as they hauled the burglar away in the police car's glow. As the car drove off, taking the caught burglar to face the music, the neighborhood went back to its chill state. In a dramatic incident recorded by police body cams, officers raced against time to save a distressed woman attempting to jump off a bridge into freezing waters. The chilling scene unfolded as the determined woman stood on the edge, poised to end her ordeal. Swiftly responding to a distressed woman on a bridge, officers empathetically negotiated, capturing every moment on their body cams.
Let me try to help you, okay? I don't think I've ever met you before.
I tried so hard.
Can you come back over on this side of the fence for me so we can talk this out?
Despite earnest efforts, the woman leapt into icy waters. Driven by duty, one officer dove in without hesitation, using a nearby tool to rescue her from the freezing depths.
Jesus name,
Bodycam footage captured the intense moment as officers swiftly and courageously rescued a struggling woman in icy waters, demonstrating dedication and bravery. Risking their safety, they successfully pulled her to safety, providing a glimmer of hope in what could have been a tragic event.
Please let me go! Please!
A chaotic airport situation occurred when a disturbed man was apprehended for causing a disturbance on a flight. However, the arrest posed its challenges.
Deck in a minute.
I believe you.
You gotta hit that deck.
I believe you.
Don't ask me.
My God's tougher than you.
Okay.
Take your mask off.
Come and I need to see your ID. Don't play with me.
The pilot of a Southwest Airlines flight from Orlando to New Orleans requested that a disruptive passenger be removed from the aircraft. The 44-year-old man was making threats to other passengers on board about his political and religious beliefs.
What y'all heard on TV last night? There goes the truth. You're f***ing done.
Put your hands behind your back.
Because he had gone too far and caused a scene, the police pulled off his shirt and made him lie down. He was then handcuffed and immediately secured.
No! You don't know how strong my father is. Take him down. No, take him down. You can't. You can't take me down. Look at this. Go backwards.
Moments later, as the police took him out of the airport for further processing, he rebelled again and fought with the officers. To complicate matters further, he had to be taken away by several officers and immediately arrested for his actions. In a dramatic twist on August 4th, 2022, 41-year-old Sean Patrick Scott, wanted in a Maryland rape case, was captured by Flagler County deputies and U.S. Marshals during a high-risk traffic stop on State Road 100 near I-95, putting an end to Scott's attempt to escape arrest. Scott faced serious charges in Anne Arundel County, Maryland, including assault and sex offenses. He also had charges from another incident. Despite being out on bond, authorities caught him. With a criminal history dating back to 1999, he's now in custody at Flagler County Jail, waiting for extradition. During the arrest, Scott tried to deny his involvement, but law enforcement's records backed up the charges against him.
We're not leaving right this minute. I know, okay? Can I sit in the car? Can I talk to Melanie, please? That's going to be up to the marshals, okay? Have a seat for me for a second.
Placed in a police car, he was taken to the deputy's office, marking the end of a chapter in the pursuit of justice for the victims involved. Down in Palm Coast, Florida, on August 9th, 2022, the cops were dealing with this pushy door-to-door salesperson. These deputies were on this guy Christopher Kiwanuka's case for aggressive sales. A 39-year-old Californian with a Texas warrant for skipping court faced charges of possessing over 2 ounces of weed, stealing a firearm, and carrying a weapon illegally. The entire incident was recorded on Flagler deputies' body cams. The deputy clarified that Kiwanuka was in serious trouble and couldn't avoid getting nabbed.
I haven't done any. If I was going to run, I would have ran. I didn't consent to this at all.
Then, within the hour, they locked him up at the Sheriff Perry Hall inmate detention facility with no chance of getting out on bond. And just like that, the authorities kicked off the legal stuff to send him back to Texas. On August 6, 2022, in Beverly Beach, Florida, deputies got a call about someone going crazy with construction gear on the sidewalk at 3771 N Ocean Shore BLVD around 8 a.m. Randy Lee Wieland, just a drifter, went all out on a crazy joyride. He jacked a $60,000 lull from a construction site and hauled it 2.5 miles south along A1A to Beverly Beach. And let me tell you, it wasn't pretty. He caused over $10,000 in damages, running over fire hydrants, plowing through a charter communications thing, wrecking mailboxes, and breaking up parts of the sidewalk. Total mayhem. So, Sheriff Rick Staley gave a shout-out to the folks who acted fast, reported the incident ASAP, stopped more damage, and helped arrest Wieland. In a bizarre turn of events in Glendale, Wisconsin, a case of a stolen vehicle escalated into a crash and an unexpected foot chase. The unfolding drama witnessed a suspect fleeing across a golf course, desperately seeking refuge.
Yeah, you need to get the fuck out!
Taking the second overall, or are there 2 of them in there?
Come out!
Crawl out, dude. Don't do anything stupid.
Get on the ground. Get on the fucking ground.
As the suspect ran across the golf course, evading pursuing law enforcement officers, quick-thinking golfers joined forces with the police. In a collaborative effort, they hatched a plan to corral the suspect, who had sought refuge inside a porta potty. With an improvised strategy, the golfers managed to tip the porta potty onto its door, trapping the suspect inside. Adding an ironic twist to the situation, the man was apprehended fully covered in feces. This undoubtedly marked the worst day of his life. One calm evening in Springfield, things took a turn when a call came in about a stolen vehicle. The cops hurried to the scene and found a flipped car, sparking a significant response from law enforcement. Approaching the overturned car, cop cams captured the wreckage, twisted metal, and shattered glass. In the nearby woods, 3 kids confessed and revealed information about additional accomplices.
Oh, you're gonna get help! Do not move! Driver, how does that done?
The sheriff's office and K9 team geared up, ready to hunt down the runaways and deliver justice with high-tech help. Cops, using a slick drone and FLIR tech, caught 2 sneaky kids in the woods with precise info. Simultaneously, tip-off about a lone kid on the sidewalk led to a quick capture. Easy peasy.
I got you. Don't worry about that.
Attaboy, Odin.
Step over. Step back.
In an incident last June, on the streets of Indianapolis, 36-year-old Blossom Kirby from Indiana was arrested while riding a bicycle across town with her 2-month-old twins.
Okay. She didn't have a ride? No. Didn't have a car for you? You got your license on you or anything?
What's shocking is that the infants, a boy and a girl, were unsecured, lying in crates on the front of the bike, attached with a bungee cord.
Well, right now it's going to be for child endangerment, okay?
For what?
Child endangerment.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
Oh my God, I didn't do nothing.
When questioned by the responding officers, Kirby defended her actions, stating that she habitually used the milk crate as a means of transportation due to the absence of a car and saw no issue with it. On June 30th, 2023, Whatcom County Sheriff's Office deputies were dispatched to Acme, Washington, in response to a report about a suspicious occupied vehicle.
Try to... Thank you.
Oh, I didn't say anything.
I know. Thank you.
Okay.
Upon arrival, they encountered a 20-year-old woman at the wheel, accompanied by a 21-year-old female passenger. The driver displayed severe incoherence and distress, leading to her subsequent arrest for DUI.
Yes, I'm not here to lie. That's what I am. I don't know. I will have my dad come pick me up. I will park my car. That's fine.
She was then taken to the Whatcom County Jail, where she willingly underwent an evidentiary breath test. The results were staggering, revealing a blood alcohol concentration of 0.20. This figure is a striking 10 times the legal limit for individuals under the age of 21. It is a sad ending story for a hairdresser trying to travel by train for work reasons.
Let's deal with them outside as far as your ticket and getting your money back, whatever you need, but we need to step off the train, please. So please grab your belongings.
But do you understand that I'm not doing anything wrong?
Police were summoned to the Brightline train station to address a woman who refused to leave the train. Her refusal delayed the departure for over half an hour after being denied boarding. When the police came, she was initially reluctant to surrender, eventually getting off the train.
Why were you still yelling?
I came from Aventura to Boca. 11 a.m.
Yeah,
okay, I'm doing a service.
Right, well, we're talking about right now.
Her reason for denial was surprising. She had 2 pairs of expensive hair-cutting scissors with her. Since a private company owned the train, they could deny her access.
And you take me off a train that I booked 2 weeks ago. Take my shit.
In disbelief and crying, the woman claims that she was refused the service because of racism and bigotry. In an unexpected turn of events, a leisurely ride on the giant Ferris wheel became a scandalous affair for a group of juvenile girls who reported witnessing an amorous encounter above them.
I can pursue charges, you know, but I don't want to do that and put you guys through more if it's just something that, like...
The juveniles quickly alerted authorities after their shocking encounter while riding the iconic Ferris wheel after their shocking encounter. Upon receiving the complaint, officers promptly arrived at the scene to investigate the matter. The accused couple initially denied any wrongdoing, but as the police delved deeper into the incident, evidence began to mount.
Yeah. Maybe 3. Okay. So, why can those girls, the 2 of them are...
Charges of public indecency were officially filed against the couple, marking a potentially embarrassing legal ordeal. Public indecency is a serious offense, carrying legal consequences for those found guilty. On a blazing hot July 8th afternoon, the Flagler County Sheriff's Office arrested a notorious man named Stephen Johnson. This guy had a whopping 70 felony charges and 31 convictions under his belt. On I-95, cops stopped Stephen Johnson for a routine check. And guess what? He tried to be slick with a stolen license plate. But that's not all. They found a healthcare company's laptop with sensitive data from break-ins in his car.
Your history is all burglaries. And then you have a bunch of plates stuck on top of each other like So why do you have this?
It's just both laptops, I'm telling you.
The medical file with all the passwords in it.
Now, he's in even more trouble for having unauthorized IDs, and the kicker, he's on probation but still breaking the rules meant to keep his criminal history in check. Seriously, when will this guy learn?
All real sus. When you got medical files, pasting stuff, how to log into medical histories, passwords, names, Aetna, Medicaid, all that.
Sheriff Staley urgently emphasized the need to keep Johnson behind bars, fervently calling for imprisonment. It was a plea for community safety, fueled by frustration in dealing with a seemingly immune repeat offender.
You got, what, 4 cell phones now? 2 laptops? One's a medical laptop?
In a heart-stopping video, witness the exceptional courage displayed by Cobb County police officer Musselman as he goes beyond the call of duty to rescue a trapped woman in a harrowing situation. The scene unfolds as a reckless driver, attempting to evade the police, crashes into a fiery wreck. Amid the chaos, Officer Musselman, uncertain of the fleeing suspect's whereabouts, springs into action. He carefully assesses the situation, scanning the area until he hears a desperate cry for help. Following the sound, he locates the source, a woman trapped inside the mangled and burning vehicle.
Come out.
I can't help.
You have to, come on.
I'm broken. Help, please, I'm breaking up.
With unwavering determination, Officer Musselman smashes the car window and swiftly pulls the injured woman to safety. Despite the imminent danger and urgency of the situation, he ensures her well-being, dragging her away from the potentially explosive wreckage. The officers were called to respond on site due to a person spitting and harassing multiple victims. However, The person had said some daring things that made this case more serious.
What's the matter? Did you spit on him? I did not. Oh, he's saying you did. Well, then hit him. All right, come on over here. We're about to go. Man, I'm trying to help you. Go over here. Man, really? Is that what you said? Person.
During a tense encounter with law enforcement officers, an individual named Lloyd allegedly exhibited defiant and combative behavior, resisting the lawful orders given by multiple officers at the scene. The struggle ensued during Lloyd's detainment, with persistent attempts to pull away from the officers. The confrontational demeanor of Lloyd persisted throughout the interaction with the police, creating a challenging situation for the responding officers.
No, get away from me. Come on out. I'm trying. Sit in the chair. I'm trying. Piece of shit, liberal. You garbage. You liberal garbage.
Upon Lloyd's arrest, authorities discovered Lloyd in possession of a small amount of cannabis and related paraphernalia, resulting in additional charges. Post-arrest, while receiving medical treatment, Lloyd allegedly escalated the situation by making verbal threats against Officer Michiantuono, indicating a willingness for a violent confrontation if they were to encounter each other in public. In a heart-stopping moment, the Franklin Township Sheriff's Department received a distress call about a child struggling to breathe in an apartment complex.
What's going on there?
My son, he put his name. He can't even breathe.
Hold on, calm down. What's going on?
Deputies hurried to an apartment where a desperate mother pleaded for help, her 6-year-old son in distress with a zip tie around him.
This guy.
Oh, jeez.
Acting swiftly, the deputies assessed the situation and with precision used medical scissors to remove the threatening zip tie, ensuring the child's safety. The mother watched in relief as deputies skillfully ensured her child's safety. Grateful, the child hugged the deputy, thankful for the quick action that turned the sheriff and deputies into unsung heroes, saving a young life.
Okay, I got you.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Things got pretty intense in Manchester on January 30th, with the cops digging into organised crime on Oldham Road. Right in the thick of it was 54-year-old Joseph Gray, holding on to something way more than your average stuff. While searching, the cops asked Gray if he had anything shady. It turns out he confessed to having a grenade, which startled them.
Do you have anything on you that you shouldn't have?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
What do you have?
Grenade.
You think you've got a grenade?
Yeah.
But it gets even more intense. Gray has a revolver, 150 rounds and harmful intentions. When they searched his place, they discovered 9 kilograms of weed and 4 kilograms of highly pure amphetamines. Pretty wild, huh?
You think you've got a grenade?
Yeah, and a gun. I think it's a
grenade and a gun.
Joseph Gray is now serving an 8-year sentence after admitting guilt to charges involving possessing a prohibited weapon, a firearm with intent to endanger life, ammunition with intent to endanger life, and 2 counts of possession with intent to supply Class B drugs. On June 29th, 2023, the Hoboken cops found this guy with a warrant. They went up, gave him the heads up about the arrest coming his way, just doing their thing. I got messy when the dude went all in, fists flying, swearing he's not doing jail time. Cop tried to cool him down, calmly explaining the arrest deal.
Yeah, what that mean? What that mean? I'm not going to Kearney. If I go to Kearney, everybody...
But nope, it didn't work. The dude got more worked up and kept on about why he was in trouble. In the middle of the chaos, a lady cop steps in, chatting it out, pushing the idea that he should cooperate, face the music, and maybe get some help.
He's just a little hurt because what happened last time. If you get Barbara, he'll definitely go in that car.
The crowd joined in, backing up the officers. They convinced the guy to play it smart and surrender. There was a big sigh of relief when he finally gave up. Influenced by the cops and the crowd, onlookers even clapped, bringing everyone together in a tough spot. In a serene Arlington family park, tranquility was shattered as police swiftly responded to reports of a man using narcotics. Officers arrived determined to address the concerns raised by vigilant citizens. Guided by information from a witness, officers approached a man at a specific location, confronting him about reported activities.
So, we got another complaint. Yeah, I want you to put those back in there. I thought you had in your hand. No, put those back in there.
Upon investigation, existing warrants were uncovered, leading officers to promptly arrest him. With professionalism, they escorted the man to a patrol car for a thorough search.
So, let's head back to the car. We'll talk once we get everything squared away, okay?
While executing their duties, officers informed the man of his Miranda rights, ensuring awareness of legal consequences. Importantly, they clarified that the arrest was solely due to existing warrants, emphasizing transparency in their enforcement actions. In an unfolding incident in Atlanta, 17-year-old Tavon Shelton, an alleged gang member, found himself in police custody after a heated dispute involving a weapon at a local convenience store. Things got intense when Shelton deliberately pushed a cop during his arrest.
What's wrong with you, man?
Nah, man.
What are you shoving me like that for, man?
Nah, man, I'm just trying to walk home.
You want to see me walking in the store, bro?
A search turned up some alarming stuff in Shelton's possession: a stolen and altered firearm, ammo, a face mask, and a glass puncher. Further digging revealed the firearm was stolen in Sandy Springs. Not a legal novice, Shelton, confirmed gang member, already had an active warrant for not showing up on a robbery charge in DeKalb County. Now, Shelton is in hot water with a slew of charges, including possession of crime tools, simple assault, obstruction, theft by receiving, unlawful possession of automatic weapons, and having a firearm under the age of 18, escalating his legal woes. Local cops in the UK got a call about a house on fire. The situation was urgent, and the officers immediately jumped into action to ensure everyone was safe. Cops swiftly evacuated everyone from the area, ensuring their safety from the intense house fire.
Go! Anyone in there? Get out!
Collaborating seamlessly with the emergency crew, they maintained a cool and professional approach, prioritizing everyone's well-being.
Out of the house now! Out! Everybody out! Everybody out! Leave now!
Once the folks were out of harm's way, the cops teamed up with the fire and rescue crews to tackle the blaze. Their dedication to keeping the public safe was crystal clear, showing off the bravery and toughness of the UK police in tricky situations.
Right. Let's go, come on. Let's go. No time to get anything. Let's just get out of here, yeah?
A vigilant law enforcement officer noticed a suspicious-looking car and decided to investigate. Little did they know it would lead to the discovery of a human smuggling attempt. The officer pulled over the suspicious vehicle and uncovered individuals, including 2 children, being smuggled inside.
Come out! Get medical. Come here. How many bodies you got? Huh? 9?
Swiftly, police intervened, apprehended the perpetrators, and charged them accordingly.
You're gonna be placed under arrest right now for human smuggling. 9 counts. But that's how many bodies are in there. You understand?
This heroic act by the police, rescuing 2 children from a smuggling operation, underscores their proactive approach and dedication to combating human smuggling. In this video footage, we will see how even celebrities are not safe from trespassers. The county sheriff's office responded to a trespassing incident at the 235-acre mansion owned by rapper William Leonard Roberts II, famously known as Rick Ross. Deputy Donald Warney reported that he and Lieutenant Kersey were dispatched to the property after receiving a report of a female trespasser, identified as Precious Bridgman.
Arrest her, man.
All right, hold on 1 second. What's going on?
Hey, she got to go.
Okay.
Can you take her in the front?
I was at
Yeah.
Upon arrival, they found Bridgman in the pool area with a security guard named Gary Summers, who was also the complainant. Summers informed them that Bridgman was unknown to Roberts and needed to vacate the premises. The woman stated that she was pregnant with the celebrity's child.
You live here. I took them up because he kept putting
Where's your
his
shoes at?
My shoes
On
are
the field over there as she was running.
Okay.
You didn't see the big gate up there?
I came.
Kersey subsequently placed Bridgman under arrest. During the search, a small quantity of marijuana was found in her purse. Bridgman was apprehended on charges of criminal trespass and possession of marijuana. The report concludes with a note to stay tuned for further developments in the case. This footage will make you question the legitimacy of your every next encounter with the police.
It's the law or anything, it's just... And I think the dad had taken off, and I've had it set right here before, and they're like, and I get yelled at for it. There's like, well, it's kind of weird that you got your belt and your vest. You got any kind of employment?
On New Year's Day, Oklahoma County Sheriff's deputies apprehended a Tennessee man, Jackson Jones, accused of impersonating a police officer, taking it too far.
It says sheriff. That's impersonating law enforcement. I wore it all the time at the gym.
Jones allegedly used flashing lights to pull over several individuals. When questioned, he was found wearing a ballistic vest with a sheriff patch and a duty belt equipped with knives, a flashlight, and handcuffs.
Well, all I did, literally, I went up. Let's go ahead, get the vest off for me. And the only reason I'm having you take it off is so I don't have to worry about the knives or anything you make.
Jones attempted to use his prior employment at the jail to establish his innocence. However, his claim was swiftly refuted when the jail administrator was contacted. Jones faces charges of impersonating an officer and transporting an open container, and is currently held at the Oklahoma County Detention Center. In a surprising turn of events, A 19-year-old individual managed to avoid serious legal consequences after being caught with a fake ID. The incident, which unfolded recently, highlights a unique approach taken by law enforcement.
Camera, but when you open your wallet, we look for these things, right? We use it for drinking or what?
The police officer took it upon himself not to punish, but to educate the young woman about the problems of having a fake ID. He also appreciated the woman's honesty, as she confirmed that she used the card to get into clubs and drink.
It happens to be a pretty high-level crime for what it is. We season it, you'll hear from student affairs, whatever they decide.
This time, she was very lucky not to be charged for a felony and let go so easily. In an alarming incident in western Wisconsin last weekend, the Barron County Sheriff's Office released a video depicting a deputy falling through the ice on Prairie Lake while searching for a snowmobiler. The video gets pretty intense as the deputy's walking on the frozen lake, and then, suddenly, the ice gives in and goes plunging into the icy water. But don't worry, quick as a flash, firefighters and some folks nearby jumped into action to rescue the deputies stuck in the freezing lake. Everyone's on it within minutes to rescue the deputies who dipped in the freezing waters. The firefighters are all determined and quick, working against the clock to ensure the officers are safe. The Bodycam footage is pretty intense, showing how wild and risky law enforcement can be, even in a Wisconsin winter's calm, frozen landscapes. Special Investigations Unit deputies exhibited vigilance when they identified an armed carjacking suspect at an apartment complex. The suspect was still driving the Honda Civic he had stolen at gunpoint the night before. Upon the arrival of backup deputies, the suspect departed the complex in the stolen vehicle. A patrol deputy attempted to initiate a stop, but the suspect chose to flee.
Hey, he's pointing to someone down here! Where's he at?
Given that armed robbery is a pursuable offense, deputies engaged in a pursuit. Undeterred, the suspect continued to drive recklessly and shortly afterward collided with another vehicle. Despite fleeing on foot, deputies swiftly tracked down and apprehended the suspect.
Don't reach for anything, get a shot! Do you understand? Do you understand?
The victim of the carjacking positively identified both the suspect and the firearm used in the crime. This footage has been captured on a Baltimore County police officer's body camera. Officers arrived at the Parkville CVS, where a robbery was reportedly imminent.
Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Put your hands up!
Officers began to enter the CVS on East Joppa Road. They knew there was an armed suspect inside, standing over an intimidated witness. Without hesitation, the officers ordered the suspect to duck and surrender his weapon.
28 pharmacists advised 2 went out the window.
Out back! Out back! Out back!
Out the window!
As the situation became tense, 2 other suspects, David Roosevelt, 22, and Dylan Longcliffe Smith, 21, jumped out of the window with the stolen prescription drugs. The other officers gave chase, leading to the arrest of the 2 suspects near the town line. When officers searched the suspect, they found weapons in their pockets and cash and drugs in their vehicle. They were held without bail on various serious charges, including armed robbery, burglary, and theft. This never-before-seen moment reveals a tense and shocking moment when a 10-year-old boy is arrested for causing a tragic event.
Captain Ranker, okay? Mm-hmm. All right. What's your name?
Joey McVeigh.
Joey McVeigh. Okay.
Deputy Stryker and Captain Ranker went to the home of a boy who had allegedly committed an act of violence against his family. The boy, Joey McVeigh, was 10 years old, but his actions were beyond belief.
What happened, Joey?
Well, I shot my mom.
Okay. What happened? What transpired to get up to that point?
Her every day just making me so.
Sitting at the dinner table, Joey was questioned by a police officer and admitted what he had done. He had shot his mother, leaving the officer speechless. When asked what had caused him to do it, it turned out that it was just the treatment of his mother that had made him angry.
So where did you get the gun from? Your room?
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of gun did you have?
22.
Shocked to hear this, Deputy Stryker studied the child and asked where he got the gun. The child answered that he got it from his room, a Type 22 gun. With this confession, the officer took him away and charged him with murder and misuse of firearms. A Sand Springs woman was arrested in a drug bust after trying to flee from police.
Come here! Stop! Police! Stop! Police! 2-foot pursuit! Stop! Police! Stop! Come here!
Body cameras recorded officers patrolling near 5th and Main on a Friday afternoon. They saw a woman running down the street. The woman reportedly hid behind a small tree to avoid the police, and when the officers tried to approach her, the situation became stressful.
Jill, please don't take me.
Give me your hands.
I promise you I'll pay my fine.
Turn around!
I can't go to jail, lose my job.
Turn around! Give me your hands!
During the arrest, the woman resisted and stated that she was afraid of losing her job and having to pay a fine.
I rescheduled with y'all, and then when I called back, I had 5 more issues for me. I had to go to work.
292.
After the arrest, police identified the woman as Alexis McIntosh, who was 21 years old. They found that she had 5 outstanding warrants and also found cannabis in her bag. On January 1st, 2022, Officer Jay Way of the Fort Myers Police Department responded to a concerning situation at a funeral home. An ex-employee, George, was discovered operating the crematory incinerators. George had tendered his resignation on December 15th and returned all company belongings the following day. The manager explicitly communicated that George was no longer permitted on the premises. Notably, the funeral home seldom operated on weekends, and any weekend cremations necessitated specific authorization, a protocol George hadn't followed. Despite being trained for cremation procedures, George was not on the employee roster on January 1st.
Okay, someone, doesn't know that I got rehired. And
someone doesn't know that you got rehired.
There's probably, I don't know.
This distressing incident highlighted the severity of George's breach of trust and legal responsibilities. The incident serves as a stark reminder of the importance of upholding professional ethics and responsibilities, particularly in environments as solemn as a funeral home. Olivia Taylor Washek, 28 years old, was caught on Bodycam footage showing her daring approach towards policemen.
Olivia, where do you live at?
I'm just here. Finally.
You've been trying to get somebody to come into the job. You understand?
She was arrested in Florida for engaging in highly inappropriate behavior while seemingly intoxicated. She allegedly offered strangers unsolicited lap dances and made explicit propositions to police officers on a sidewalk near a bar in St. Petersburg.
We need you to get home safe. We're trying to assist you in doing that. You understand? So call somebody to come and help you out. You're not in trouble.
Despite officers' attempts to assist by offering to escort her home or call someone for her, Taylor Washek continued to be confrontational, using profanities. At one point, she even made explicit suggestions to the officers. Ultimately, Taylor Washek was arrested for disorderly intoxication and released on Sunday. Body camera footage revealed an incident involving Officer Logan Malik from Washingtonville, Ohio. Malik, who had posed as a fake federal officer, was apprehended by the Boardman, Ohio police and subsequently charged with impersonating a federal officer.
I get you.
And I was talking to like just being friendly with people. Did somebody take offense? Sir, put your hand behind your back.
The arrest took place following an incident at the Holiday Inn and Sheets gas station in Boardman, where local police responded to a call. It was reported that Malik informed a witness of the alleged arrest of 5 skinheads by US Marshals at a mall. He advised the witness to contact him directly, instead of calling 911 if similar incidents were observed.
Driver's license on you?
Yes, sir. Or, yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Is it in the car?
Was that here?
It's in this wallet?
Yes. And that's my old badge.
Initially, Malik pleaded not guilty to impersonating a peace officer in Mahoning County Court. However, these local charges were dropped upon discovering the federal indictment against him. In November 2022, 43-year-old Chad Van Swole had fallen into the bait of the police, posing as a 15-year-old girl, and had agreed to meet after exchanging messages for several days. Upon reaching the location, Chad wasn't expecting that it was not a 15-year-old who was going to come and greet him. As Chad was taken into custody by the officers, they discovered a fresh bag of Chick-fil-A and contraceptives that he had brought for the girl that he was anticipating to meet.
Get down on the ground, do it now! Get down on the ground!
On the ground!
Sheriff's office! Get your hands on your pocket. Get your hands behind your back.
Chad was eventually arrested and was charged with felony using a computer to facilitate a child sex crime and an additional $200 citation. He was set on a cash bond of $25,000 and was restrained from using internet devices and having contact with underage women. Exciting moments on Bird Island, where Buffalo police officers performed heroic acts to save a woman. Body cameras capture officers arriving at the scene. The officer prepares equipment to perform the rescue. He then carries the equipment and gives the rescue instructions to the woman.
I got you. I got you. It's okay. Do you want to drown or no? Okay, it's fine.
The officers extend a rope with a body harness to pull the woman, and soon the officers reassure the woman that it will be safe. The officers then pull the woman away.
What happened?
We were going for a walk, and my sister was just in the ice, so I went to go grab her.
Finally, the officers' heroic actions paid off. They managed to get the woman out of danger and to safety. A tense incident that took place on the 3rd of July, 2021. Police were chasing a criminal suspected of being involved in the kidnapping of Davian Smith during a traffic stop. It was a tense chase.
All right. He took him against his will, bro. What? All right, he took him, the dude, passenger jumped on and took him. He just took him by...
As the police tried to stop the perpetrator's car, it began to slow down, creating tension in the situation. As one of the officers got out of the patrol car to approach the suspect's car, the perpetrator suddenly accelerated his vehicle and fled.
Where's the other guy?
The pursuit continued, and the suspect's car was found in a car park. His car was parked, but the suspect did not give up and continued to flee on foot. Other officers joined the dangerous chase. Finally, the determined action and coordination of the officers led to the arrest of the offender. He was arrested and charged with aggravated kidnapping. On July 5th at 10:24 a.m., tensions rose in Pierce County as deputies responded to a 911 call about a trespassing vehicle.
Okay, why are we back here when we're not supposed to be with the vehicle? Let you know everything's being audio-video recorded.
When deputies arrived, they found a trespassing vehicle and a man in the front seat who appeared to have fallen out. Suspense soon set in, however, when they discovered that the vehicle's license plate had been stolen.
Stolen plate does not matter.
Okay, turn around, put your hands in your bag.
The driver, who was initially cooperative, suddenly fled as the deputies attempted to arrest him. A foot chase ensued.
Contact me one.
Hands up now!
Hey, get down.
Tension reached its peak as K9 Eddie and his handler joined the deputies in pursuit and apprehension of the suspect. Eventually, the suspect was apprehended and handled by the officers. He was later treated for minor injuries before being booked into the Pierce County Jail. On June 12, 2022, a tense incident occurred in Wausau, Wisconsin, when police officers were conducting surveillance on a woman with an active warrant.
Don't touch me. Stop touching me.
What you have to understand is
I don't care. I'm requesting a female.
When the officers attempted to question her, the woman declined to allow them to search her. This situation highlights the escalating tension between the woman and the officers as they strive to carry out their duties.
No! Take me to jail!
I asked if there was a...
Take me to jail! Jail! Now!
Not only did she refuse to be searched, but she also firmly demanded to be taken to jail immediately, adding a further level of tension to the incident, as the woman had no intention of cooperating with the police officers.
Can't wait till...
After a fierce struggle, the woman was finally subdued by the officers, handcuffed, and taken to the car for further investigation. The phrase, "you should act your age," applies to this case filmed on police video footage.
Afternoon. You got a license on you, bud? No. You have no license?
On August 23rd, Bodycam and Dashcam footage captured the arrest of James McKee in Indiana. He was allegedly driving a children's electric car while under the influence. The vehicle in question was a Power Wheels Jeep. A trooper from the Indiana State Police pulled McKee over and quickly noticed signs of intoxication.
All right, wear glasses or contacts, anything? All right, keep feet together, hands on your side. Eyes, can you follow the tip of my finger, okay?
After McKee failed sobriety tests, the trooper concluded that he was impaired, leading to his arrest on suspicion of DUI. Thankfully, law enforcement is trained to address any potential threat to public safety. In this eye-opening video, we shed light on the imperfect nature of politicians.
You need my driver's license or him? No. Step on back here.
A prominent lawmaker from Tennessee, entrusted with upholding the law, finds himself in hot water after a wild night at the Bonnaroo Music Festival. The rules he's supposed to oversee may now come back to haunt him.
I'm going to reach up with either index finger and touch the tip of my pen for me. Okay? You can let go of it. Follow the tip.
He was apprehended for driving under the influence and called upon the Tennessee Highway Patrol for assistance when the situation escalated. On December 20th, 2022, a routine patrol took an unexpected turn when officers spotted a vehicle with a stolen license plate registered to a different vehicle. Attempting to initiate a stop, the driver chose to evade law enforcement, leading to a chase.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Upon apprehending the suspects, officers discovered a variety of intoxicants in the female suspect's purse. Simultaneously, another officer diligently gathered the suspect's statement to piece together the unfolding events. The investigative efforts of the police eventually led to the location and arrest of the second suspect. While transporting the male suspect to the jail, observant officers noticed suspicious activities involving his mouth in the back seat, as if he was chewing on something. Both individuals were subsequently charged with multiple offenses, including receiving stolen property, obstructing official business, and failure to comply with an order. Burlington police received a concerned call reporting a potential trespasser in a building. The caller observed an open door and suspicious items, prompting the call for assistance. Upon arrival, the police issued a stern command for everyone to exit with their hands raised. In the absence of a response, they maintained composure, drawing their firearms for a thorough search.
I'm happy to clear it because it's an open door, but...
Brother, police! Anybody in here, make yourself known!
A vigilant officer identified the individual, aiming their weapon. With assertive directives, the person was apprehended, handcuffed, and taken into custody without incident.
Burlington police, show up your hands. Face away from me now. Keep backing up. Keep backing up. Keep backing up.
In summary, the police apprehended the trespasser thanks to a vigilant observer who reported the suspicious activity. This underscores the effectiveness of the Burlington police in promptly addressing potential threats and ensuring the community's safety. In Florida, cops pulled off a wild move during a regular traffic stop. They stumbled upon something big and busted a guy for human smuggling. The whole thing started when the cops cruising around spotted this sketchy ride and thought, let's check it out. They walked up to the driver and noticed he was jittery during the chat, so they dug in more.
Is there a K9 available?
Hey, we're taking it back.
Temple.
While searching, bam, they found something messed up. People being smuggled in the back, all tucked under stuff and white linen. Crazy, right?
Ya está.
Mi teléfono no le puedo llevar.
After they uncovered this crazy stuff, they slapped the driver with an instant arrest and hit him with charges of smuggling people. It just shows that even in regular traffic stops, the cops stay sharp, busting illegal moves left and right. An unfortunate incident unfolded outside a local hair salon owned by an Asian couple. A homeless individual chose to set up camp near the establishment, initiating a 3-hour period of harassment directed at the salon's customers, begging for money. As tensions escalated and the business owners reached their limit, they decided to involve law enforcement, prompting a police response.
Okay. You gotta go. Go to your house. Hey. Okay. All right, come here. Put your hands behind your back. Hey, I said put your hands behind your fucking back.
Upon the officer's arrival, the homeless man initially resisted the directive to leave the premises. The situation took a dangerous turn when the man began making threats, including expressing the intent to harm the salon owner, and proceeded to approach her menacingly. The quick and decisive action of the police officer averted a potential crisis as he intervened promptly, ensuring the safety of the salon owner and other individuals present. Derek Noet faced charges related to the incident, specifically 1 felony count of retaliation. The legal proceedings concluded with Noet entering a plea agreement, resulting in a 1-year jail sentence. Officers conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle at Black Creek Parkway due to a missing taillight at 8:40 p.m. During the stop, the officer noticed the male passenger acting nervously. The officer requested identification from the passenger, who initially claimed not to have an Alabama driver's license. Nothing came up when the officer attempted to verify the passenger's information. The passenger then produced an Alabama license, but the photo did not match his appearance, claiming significant weight loss during incarceration. Upon interviewing the female driver separately, she provided the officer with the male passenger's real name. A search revealed a probation revocation for 2 felony warrants related to dangerous drugs and misdemeanor traffic warrants. The officer returned to the car to talk to the man, who appeared calm until he suddenly ran from the vehicle.
Come on. Get on the ground! Oh, shit. Get on the ground! Let me see your hands!
He crossed 2 lanes of oncoming traffic, jumped over the barrier, and fell 19 feet. Charges are pending against the individual. The release of Bodycam footage was prompted by accusations on social media, with the girlfriend claiming that the suspect was thrown off the bridge and beaten. Concerned guests called police to come and check in on a man allegedly under the influence in front of a popular food joint.
Park. Shut the car off.
When the police arrived, the man was sleeping inside his red truck, unresponsive to their attempts to wake him up. Thankfully, his window was open, and the police were able to open the door from the inside. His reaction when woken up had the police on edge.
Put the car in park.
He quickly went from a state of confusion to belligerent behavior, even trying to drive off. However, the police were able to de-escalate the situation and take the man out of his car. Once outside, the visibly intoxicated man followed what the police asked. Officers from the Kalamazoo Department of Public Safety swiftly responded to a critical situation in the 100 block of E. Michigan Avenue, a reported occurrence of 2 bank robberies that had just taken place. The 911 callers, demonstrating quick thinking, provided dispatch with a detailed description of the suspect who had fled the scene.
Hat on, he had his mask on, I believe like the jacket.
The suspect left out the front.
Reddish, like a red jacket.
Red jacket?
Yeah, I'm telling you, I walked in.
Upon their arrival, officers promptly initiated a search and successfully located the suspect, attempting to escape on a bicycle. The law enforcement team, operating with efficiency and precision, apprehended the suspect without incident, ensuring the public's safety and securing the scene. The arrested individual, a 27-year-old resident of Kalamazoo, now faces 2 counts of bank robbery. The suspect awaits arraignment, where legal proceedings will unfold to address the charges brought against him. In 2022, deputies in Florida responded to a residence known for frequent drug activity. The footage commences with deputies questioning and searching an individual, revealing what appears to be prop money in their possession. Throughout the video, the deputies interact with various individuals at the scene, discovering drug paraphernalia and evidence of drug use. A thorough search of the area uncovers additional items, including needles and a cigarette pack with drug residue.
You got a chance to go back in there?
Go back in there.
They had one of the same. I don't think. That might be help.
Later in the video, a female suspect is arrested, and the deputies persist in searching for drugs and related items. They find pills in a bag and come across various pill bottles with torn-off labels. The deputies express their determination to identify and charge individuals in possession of drugs. While specific details on court outcomes are not provided, the video underscores the ongoing challenges faced by law enforcement in addressing drug-related activities within the community. On the night of June 20th, 2023, around 11:26 p.m., things got pretty crazy for the Flagler County Sheriff's Office. What began as a routine traffic stop for a silver Infiniti escalated into a complicated situation, resulting in multiple charges against one individual. A cop pulled over a silver Infiniti, trying to keep things in check. The car reluctantly slowed to a measly 15 miles per hour. As the cop got closer, they saw Leslie Brock with an open baggie of cocaine all over him, lap, shorts, and even his beard.
Why you talking to me like that? I don't got nothing, bro.
Step out of the car.
Bro, I don't have nothing. Bro, what you doing?
Step out of the car.
Bro, I don't have nothing.
Despite being told to step out, Brock wasn't cooperating, making the situation tense. What began as a routine traffic stop for a silver Infiniti escalated into a complicated situation, resulting in multiple charges against one individual.
Out of the car.
Bro, what I got? I don't got nothing.
You just threw the bag on the ground.
It's
got crack all over his lap.
Against the car. Stop.
The craziness didn't end. Brock's in custody, spitting out cocaine, all night at Advent Health, waiting for clearance. He's facing charges of resisting arrest, possession of illegal substance, and tampering with evidence. What a wild ride from that insane encounter.
What color is it? What color is that?
Blue.
Blue. That came out of your spit in the car.
I no cocaine.
In the heart of Indian River County, Florida, on July 23, 2022, Deputy Kwang Tony Lay swiftly rescued a woman stuck upside down in a water-filled canal during a rollover crash. In a crazy turn of events on the road, the lady's car somersaulted into a canal while she was dealing with a health emergency. Deputy Lee, rocking more than 5 years on the job, sprang into action.
Stay still. Don't move. I'm gonna cut that seatbelt, okay?
Armed with a knife, he quickly sliced through her seatbelt and smartly shifted her sideways, keeping her head above water. Deputy Lee went full-on rescue mode, pulling off life-saving moves to free the distressed person.
Get her head out of the water. Here.
Saved from the underwater ride, they whisked the lady off to HCA Florida Lawnwood Hospital in a helicopter, patching her up for non-serious injuries. Social media blew up with shout-outs, with everyone in the hood giving major props to the quick and brave moves pulled by those hero responders in the middle of a life-or-death scene. Prepare yourself for a compelling and emotionally charged video capturing Officer Castaneda's heroic actions as he rushes to save a 6-year-old drowning victim at a pool party.
Check and see if there's a pulse.
Upon arrival, officers found the child already pulled from the water, lying unconscious on the ground. With swift determination, they did their utmost to provide assistance, like giving immediate chest compressions and putting her on her side, until the ambulance arrived. This intense footage sheds light on the efforts of our officers as they navigate the urgency of the situation, working against the clock to administer crucial life-saving measures. In a routine patrol scenario in Oklahoma, a vigilant officer observed a vehicle exceeding the speed limit, initiating what would soon become a tense encounter. The female driver, initially instructed to pull over, failed to comply.
Go and step out of the vehicle. Go and step out of the vehicle.
I just said I'll sign it.
Okay, go and step out of the vehicle.
I will sign it. I'm not
Step out of the car.
If you do not sign it, you are going to...
Prompting the officer to approach and address the situation directly. As the officer requested the driver's identification, a verbal dispute erupted regarding the alleged speed violation. A second officer joined the scene to assist, ensuring proper verification of the driver's identity. The decision to ask the driver to exit the vehicle revealed a concerning detail: the lingering scent of possible marijuana. Swiftly transitioning from a routine traffic stop to a more serious situation, officers opted to arrest the driver on suspicion of DUI. The arrest, however, faced resistance as the suspect attempted to pull away during the process. Eventually subdued and placed in the patrol car, the suspect was transported to jail. Officers responded to a dispatch call at a local business where a man refused to leave the bathroom after business hours.
How's it going? The business is closed. They've been closed for 30 minutes.
Upon arrival, the officers spoke to a staff member who informed them that the man had entered the bathroom 15 minutes before closing and had stopped responding when informed about the closing time. At first, he was only detained, but due to resisting, the suspect was subsequently arrested and later charged with public intoxication and resisting arrest. In a span of 6 minutes, audacious suspects attempted 2 daring carjackings. The suspects emerged with weapons drawn, attempting to seize control at gunpoint. However, both victims courageously defied their assailants, revving their engines and escaping unharmed.
Get out the car now!
The saga continued when security personnel called Seattle police officers. 2 individuals were found sound asleep in a white SUV without license plates. Recognizing them as the carjacking suspects, officers cautiously approached. Chaos erupted as the male suspect, fueled by adrenaline, made a desperate attempt to escape. The SUV turned into a weapon, ramming into police vehicles in a frenzied bid for freedom. This incident marked a pivotal moment in the relentless pursuit of justice against carjackings in Seattle, showing the resilience of victims and the audacity of criminals. A law enforcement officer responded to a report of shoplifting.
Whoa. Oh, relax. Why are you doing this to me? Because you're walking away from me. You're not listening.
As the dispatcher provided descriptions of the suspect, the officer quickly identified the individual walking on the road and took immediate action. The arrest took a violent turn when the woman refused to comply with the officer's orders and attempted to walk away. In response, the officer was forced to physically restrain her, leading to her being placed on the ground. Subsequent investigation revealed that the female had multiple stolen items in her bag. As a result, she faced charges of shoplifting and resisting arrest. The incident showcases officers' challenges when confronting non-compliant individuals during arrests. On a blazing day in Kings County, California, on May 14, 2021, a seasoned cop found themselves in a pretty intense chase, putting their skills and grit to the test. In the middle of this crazy chase, the officer hit a roadblock and ended up in a drainage ditch. You could hear the smash and crunch. Right then, their gut told them to call for backup pronto, so they quickly shared where they were. Even with the ditch danger, the officer stayed cool and managed to get out fast, leaving the cruiser soaking in the mud. Not letting anything get in the way, the officer quickly checked things out and decided not to wait for help. Dead set on catching up with the chase, they hightailed it to the main road. Meeting up with the crew, everyone shrugged off the setback and kept going strong.